The year is 2007. Apple introduced the revolutionary iPhone that changed technology and the way we use our phones forever. Fast forward to today, Elgato has done the same thing for content creators. They've reinvented the way we communicate with our audience with the prompter. The concept of the prompter by Elgato is not a device we haven't seen or used before. Just like BlackBerry or Nokia existed before Apple introduced iPhone. The concept of reading a script while looking at the camera has existed for years. From TV to news to commercial productions, this is widely used. As more content creators arise, teleprompter have become one of the most vital equipments that help us stay structured by reading a script while looking directly at the camera. When I heard about this prompter by Elgato, I had to buy one because it changed the way I create content. Welcome to my channel. I'm Wale. I'm a real estate agent and content creator, and today I'm going to be reviewing the prompter after using it for a month. Before we get into the video, I can tell you that this has changed my life forever. So what makes this prompter special? This prompter is special because not only it allows me to read off the screen, but also allows me to stay organized. So for example, I can write the entire script, jot down or have a list of the things I want to talk about, just like I did in this video, right? So I put it on the screen and I have a list of the features, a list of things I'm going to be talking about. And this will allow me to stay guided as I'm talking in the video, so that way I don't go off script or start rambling about random things. Have you ever tried to create content and when you turn on the lights and everything and your brain just goes blank, right? That happens a lot, especially if you're just starting, if you're just new to the content creation, right? If this is your first time creating content, you're literally going to freeze when it's time to start talking. Not like you don't have the knowledge or know what you want to talk about, but just the amount of pressure that absorbs into you, like everything start running all at the same time. So, what this prompter does, it solves the problem, because now I can focus on the delivery, focus on the tone, because I'm literally looking at what I want to be talking about, right? So one of the things that I do with my scripting is, I have the intro, and on the other hand, I have the synthesis, right? Or a list of things that I want to talk about, and I am literally looking at it as I'm talking. And that helps me stay guided, keeps me structured, allows me to look into the camera, and also makes things fast, right? I can do about 5 to 6 videos in a day, right? So that's one of the things that makes this prompter special. Before we go deeper, I want to talk about the features. This prompter comes with a 9-inch display, and it's really designed for content creators that want to create content for social media, so for YouTubers and other stuff. It is not designed for professional use. And when I say professional use, I mean that it's not designed for you to take it on field and maybe go to a shoot or something like that. It is possible to still use it as that, but that's just not what it's designed to. It's designed for it to be stationary in a studio environment, like I have here, and for you to have it as a permanent solution to use, right? So if you're looking for a prompter that allows you to that has mobility features, this is not really that prompter. But we're gonna get into that, as we go. So listen to the features. The screen is actually large because I have it far away from me and I can read clearly, right? And I can also push it like a lot further down and still see it clearly. It is really big enough for the type of content that the average content creator is going to be creating. And next on the features, it comes with a single cable. So this is a USB-C cable, and this cable is for power and data. So in the past you might need 2 different cables, right? One that you connect to the power and one that you connect to the computer. This USB-C cable is just one single cable, and once you plug it to your computer, that's it, right? So that's a really good feature. Next on the features, it comes with a universal mounting for DSLRs and phones. Now this is very important because content creators have different types of cameras, right? So for example, I shoot with a Sony FS7. You can have another content creator that shoots with a phone or like a camcorder or different device, right? So this prompter will work with almost any camera that you're using, because it comes with different mounts that allows you to use on different cameras. Even if it's a webcam, it works with a webcam, and Elgato also have their own webcam systems. It actually works directly with the webcam system, so it's pretty dope. Next, it is easy to mount on tripod or other rigs, right? So if you want to put this on the tripod, you can put it and put your camera behind it. It works like effortlessly. Or if you want to mount it like I did, so I have my table set up, right, which before I had the prompter, I kind of just had the camera on the table setup, but now with the prompter, I added the prompter to it and just mount it together, and it was very easy. So you can literally mount it on a tripod or any other rig, right? So you're allowed to rig it as versatile, as you want, because it comes with like different mounts that makes life easy for you. Now, I actually want to get to my favorite feature about this prompter. Yes, it's a prompter, you can read the screen and all that good stuff, but I actually think what made this prompter very special is because you can actually use it as a second monitor. So when I'm not using it to create content, I can actually use it as a second monitor. Sometimes I can find myself watching YouTube, or I actually use it as my Zoom call display, which is very important because I have a webcam that I attach to it, and with the webcam I can look directly. For the first time in history, I can finally look directly to my audience, right? To when I'm teaching a class, or if I'm just having a meeting, I can look eye to eye to the person that I'm talking to, and believe me, it makes such a big difference when you're on the Zoom call and you're looking directly at them. It's easier to communicate and you can talk with more confidence, and yeah, they can see you talking to them rather than looking down and there's a camera looking down, looking down at me. So that makes a big difference, right? And apart from the Zoom call, it really comes handy as a second monitor because if I'm on Chrome and I'm doing something minimal, or if I want to drag files back and forth while editing a video, the second monitor comes handy where I can just drag and drop it. And yes, I have another monitor already, so it does come as a third monitor, right? I sometimes use it as a preview monitor while I'm editing, right? So I'm editing a video and I have it as a preview monitor, so everything I'm editing, I can see it on this 9-inch display, which is big enough and really good. So yes, the prompter feature is really good, but for me, using it as a secondary display is actually my favorite feature out of this, because I haven't seen any other prompter in the market that allows you to use it as a second display. And as if using it as a secondary display is not enough, Elgato decided to add another feature that's really dope to this prompter. Now you can use it as a chatbot for Twitch, so if you're gaming or you're on Twitch, you can literally see your chat and everything right on it. So like it's another thing that's just really good about it. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. Let's go back to the video. So we've talked a lot about the hardware part of it. Now, what about the software? What I really like about this is it comes with a software that allows you to control the entire prompter entirely, right? In the content section of the software, I can switch between display, text, and chat. And what this allows me to do is change different modes of what I want to use the prompter for. So if I want to use this prompter as a second monitor, I can just click the display, and then now it's going to operate as a second monitor. I can drag and drop, I can move things around just as I would if I had a second monitor. That is such a huge feature to me right over there, right? Because now I don't just have a prompter, I also have a prompter that I can use as a second display. So this is the camera hub interface software that allows you to control the prompter all the way. And the first thing I can do here is change the display, right? So I have the Elgato Prompter connected. I guess if you have multiple devices connected, you can kind of navigate around it here. And also I can change the brightness, right? So I usually like to put it around 90% just so that it's not too bright for my eyes. And my favorite section is actually right here, where I can switch from display to text to chat, right? And it's pretty good. If I click on chat, I just need to enter my Twitch channel. And I believe with the software update, you'll probably be able to, if you're a YouTuber or other platforms, I'm sure they're going to upgrade the feature in the future that you can use it for different platforms. But pretty much I can switch between display, text, and chat right over here. And under the appearance section, I like the fact that I can change the font to different fonts that they have available over here, and I can also change the size, right, based on how based on my comfort level, my comfort rating with my eyes. And also I can do horizontal margin, vertical margin. I can play with it right here. I've kind of played around and found what works best for me. Also, you can space you can do the line spacing. And when it comes to the text, I can change the color to whatever color I want, right? So like if I want the color to be purple or whatever it is, all right, I can just go over there and change the color. So I like it the way it is. I like it displayed in white. And then you can change the background, right? So you can mess around however you want. I also like the fact that I can change the opacity, right? So what the opacity does is allows you to blend with my desktop background. So I don't like it at 100%. I actually have it at 70, somewhere around there, or 80, somewhere around 70, 80%. So that way I can see my background and see the text at the same time. I just kind of like that. This is all preference. You have the option to play around with it however you like. We have other settings here, which is the scroll speed. So in the beginning, you kind of have to play around to see what speed you like best, right? So I've identified 37% as kind of my default speed to go to when I'm reading the teleprompter. And right over here, you can check for updates and all of that good stuff. I believe I'm on the latest. Yep, I'm on the latest update. And now let's get to the interface for the scripting. So right over here, I have a list of scripts, and this section right here represents a different script or a different section of your script, kind of like what I did here. So from here all the way to here, that is the script, right? That's a YouTube video that I'm working on, and I have them in different chapters. So okay, they call it chapters. So you can separate them into chapters, or you can just have all of them all at once, right? Kind of like what I did over here. So all I have to do is click the play button, and right over here it's playing, and I can pause it at any time. And yeah, that's pretty much the interface of the software. So it's really good. Like, I'm in love with this. Now, you've heard a lot of great things about this prompter. You might be wondering, how much does it cost? So this prompter is on sale for $279.99. So under $300. Affordability wise, I think it is a really good price. And to be honest, when I heard about this product, I would have bought this for $500. Just from the standpoint of, in the past, I've struggled a lot with teleprompters. I actually have 2 different teleprompters that I bought for around $100, and they are nowhere in comparison with this in terms of how easy it is to use this teleprompter and how easy it is to navigate around it, right? Because in the past, the other prompters, I need an iPad, right? In the past, I had to actually have my iPad. I had to buy another software to be able to work on the iPad, right? Which you pay for yearly or monthly or whatever that case is. And I would have had to place it on the teleprompter, and then the teleprompter will mirror it, right, for it to actually work. So just because of that ease of use, I think it's worth the price point a lot. And being able to use it as a second display, and it comes with the software and all this other good stuff, I think it's worth the price. Now, at the end of the day, this might not be for everybody, maybe based on the price point or other things. There are other prompters out there that you can get for a lot lower, but I guarantee you they're not going to have these many nice features, such as being able to use it as a second display, integrating into the chat box, and having a software that you can just type. Like I literally type from Notion, and I just copy and paste it here, and I'm good to go. It makes life easy for me a lot, right? So this is perfect for that YouTuber, that content creator, somebody that likes to sit down and pour a lot of knowledge or make a review or things like that, right? So that is who this product is designed for. And if you ask for my rating, I will actually rate this product 9/10. The only reason why I'm not giving it a 10/10 is because it lacks mobility. Now, at the end of the day, this product is not designed for mobility, right? It's not designed for you to carry around and take it to different shoots or use it for professional use, right? It's designed for you to put it in one place, plug it to your computer, and it's permanently there, right? Now, if they add a mobility feature, because I do a lot of shooting for my clients, if I'm able to actually carry this as a mobile form and take it to different shoots, that's what's gonna get it to 10/10 for me. But other than that, this is a really perfect product, and I would recommend it to anybody. Just for disclaimer, I am not paid to make this video. I'm just making this video because I think it's really good, and I like recommending good products to other content creators. So if you are interested, if you like it, I might have an affiliate link at the bottom. This is my first time literally creating a video like this, so I'm gonna look on Amazon or whatever it is if I can have an affiliate link. If not, I'll just put the link in the description to Elgato itself, and you guys can check it out. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And I'm gonna see you in the next video. Let's go.